Hello there guys, welcome to Crafty Coder, and today we'll be learning about variables and data types in Python. So first of all, I want to talk to you about data. So there's like lots and lots of data in Python you want to manage. So variables comes in handy when you want to do that. So variable is a container for data, and it makes it easier to manage data in Python, and it's one of the core topics of Python. So suppose you just want to type something like there's a big story like prince, like there's a story like there was a boy named Jim. I'm gonna just copy it up. He liked the name Jim. He was 45 years old. He did not like being 45. So yeah, I just wrote a short story down here. So if I want to, like, okay, there was a boy named Jim. He liked the name Jim. He was 45 years old. He did not like being 45. So it's just a short story. So imagine I want to change this name from Jim to something like Hank. So I want to do it multiple times. So I want to do it. I just want to change it to Hank. So I have to do it here. Then I have to change it to Hank here. And I also want to change the age from 45 to 30. So I want to change it here and here. So imagine it was a big story and not just, this is just the 4 lines of a story. Imagine it was pretty big, like thousands of lines of a story. So what if I want to change the name everywhere in those thousands of lines? So I have to change the name probably 1,000 times. So it would be pretty hard for me to do that. So variables and also the age too. If I want to change the age everywhere, I have to change it 1,000 times. So it will be pretty hard. So variables make it pretty easy in Python to do stuff, store stuff in data management. So it reduces the effort of the changing the name 1,000 times. So I could just be like typing a variable like name and set it to I could just be like Jim again, and I can set the variable age is equals to, and can just be like putting the age of 30. So I could just be like setting these two variables like this. In Python, you define variables like you just want to specify a name, then you want to put an equal to sign that declares that what the variable is containing and what the value is, and then you want to put these colons as I mentioned, and then you want to type what name you want it to be, and then you want to be like specifying the age. So first you want to type the name of the variable, which is age, then you want to put an equal to sign, then you want to be like putting the age into inverted commas, and then you can be like, okay, if I want to change the name from Hank to Jim, so I could just be like putting it so just be like combining string, and this is also often known as string concatenation. So you could just be like adding 2 strings together. So if I wanna be like printing the name here, so I could just be like print name. So I'm just calling the variable here. So it's just gonna give me the name, which is I set Jim. So yeah, it's first gonna go here and print the name. So it just gave me the name Jim. If I wanna print age, so I could just be like print age, and it's gonna give me age. So you can just be like calling the variables anywhere you want. You can also add them up together, like you add numbers, integers, and floats in Python. So I could just be like, I want it to be like there was a boy named, then I want to add it to the string name. I want to do the same for here. He liked the name plus I want to specify the variable, which is name here again. Here I can be like, okay, I want to age. So here again, in this here, I can add a plus sign in between them. I want to put a space here because I don't want to mess it up again. And I could just be like, plus the age. Same for here. So I can just be like, adding age here again. So basically what is happening here, so it's just Python's just gonna go here print. It's gonna, okay, I want to print something. It's gonna print there was a boy named. It's gonna put an additional space here because, you know, the name would be like, you know, sticking together, so this would prevent it. And then it would add the string name. So if I'm doing like this, it's gonna be like, I want to print the boy named. Then it sees this plus sign, it sees the variable, so it just goes back up here. It gets like, okay, it gets the value of the variable, which is Jim currently, and it prints this. So it prints, oops, okay, I did mess it up. So in line 8, so yeah, here's where you can be like getting some errors like this. So I actually forgot to put a plus sign here. That's my mistake. Okay, so it's just gonna go here to name. It's gonna be like, okay, they want me to print Jim, so it's gonna come back down here. It's gonna change it to Jim, and it's just gonna change it to Jim, and then it's gonna be like, okay, I want to print this. I want to put a space, then I want to print Jim. So that's what's happening here. And I'm just gonna revert it back. And so then it goes down here. It's like, okay, do you want to print something? He prints he liked the name. It puts a space here. Then it again sees the plus sign. Okay, I want to add these strings. It goes to name. It again goes back up here. It sees the string Jim. It brings it down here, and it prints like the name Jim. In the third line, it's just gonna be like, do you want to print me something? He's like, okay, I want to print he was. Then I want to put a space. Then I want to print the string age, which is 30 in this case. It's just going to go up here and check for it. Then it like, okay, I want to print a space, and then I want to print years old. So that's what it do. It puts space, then it prints years old. Same for this line. It's just going to be like, I want to print he did not like being. Then I want to add it to the string age, which is 30 in this case. So it makes it easy if like I want to type 1,000 lines of story, and I would just want to be like specifying name, the variable name, instead of the original name. So I could be like changing it anytime I want it to be Hank. I could just be like, okay, Hank, I want his age to be 20. Be like, okay, 21. And it's gonna be changed everywhere. You don't need to be like changing it many times. Like I don't want to be like changing it 2 times, name and name. So that's what variable helps us do. So now you could just be like modifying variables. So there's this new thing. So if I want to change the name halfway of the story, so till here I wanted the till this part of the story, I want the name to be like, I just want to like name plus the name. Okay, so that's what I do. So I just wanted to come down here, so I just like cutting it, and I want to paste it here. I'm gonna go it back up a bit. So that's how I'm dividing the story currently. So it was like, okay, there was a boy named Jim, or Hank in this case. He was like, He was 21 years old. He liked the name Hank. He did not like being 21. So that's the story in this case. So if I want to change the story in the second part, because it's pretty weird, like why would anyone not like being 21? It's the young age. So if I want to change the age, so I could just be like going halfway of the story, I can modify the age, and I want it to be like 50 in this case. So it's gonna go here. It's gonna like print name. So it's just gonna see that variable again, that its name. It's gonna go up here. It's gonna print Hank. It's gonna see age. It's gonna go up here. It's gonna print the age 21. But when it comes down here, Python's like, okay, so age is now 50. It's not 21. So it's like, okay, I wanna print here like the name. Name is still Hank, but the age is changed. So it's just gonna when it reads the variable name, it's gonna go up here. It's gonna bring the Hank down, and it's gonna be like he did not. It's gonna just print he did not like being, and it's gonna see age. It's gonna be like, okay, age is like 50 now, so it's just gonna go up. It's gonna take this, and it's gonna print this. So as you guys can see, let me just. So yeah, he did not like being 50, and it was 21 years old. This time it's like 50 this time. So you can just be like modifying variables like this. And also variables, you can assign any types of data here. So I could just be like assigning a, okay, I just don't want this part anymore. So I'm gonna create a new topic down here. So basically what I do end up with this hashtag, it's a comment. So Python, when it reads this, Python's like, okay, I don't want to print anything, or I don't want to just, it just skips anything after this hashtag sign. So I can just be like typing variables with different data types. So I'm just gonna be like assigning like number. I'm just gonna assign this to a string. So I could just be like assigning this number to a string. So I could be like printing the number. And as you guys can see, it just prints the number 2 because the string was 2. So it's not like the variables can only hold these strings. Strings are basically all the stuff you put in those semicolons. So strings are basically those. So you can also be like putting floats in. Your floats are basically decimals in Python language. So I could just be like 3.14159. It's a float. It's the value of pi. So as you guys can see, it also prints 3.14. It's not necessary that number or variable can only be a string or just a float. It can also be integers. So integers are all the numbers, whole numbers, and there's negative numbers, just together. So if I want to print the integer 34, I could be like printing it. It's not a problem here. You can also be like printing booleans. So boolean values are true and false values. So if I'm like assigning true to here, it's gonna be like, okay, the number is true. I just want to take another example. So if there's a variable like is male, which checks that a person is male or female or anything else. So this variable just checks whether a person is a male or not. So if a person is male, it's gonna be like telling us it's true. So if a person is male, it's gonna be like true. So it doesn't print anything. If I want to be like printing is male, it's just gonna give me back true because I'm checking if a person is male or not. So it gives me true. That means that person is male because I'm male, obviously. So you can also be like putting a false value. And yeah, caution, make sure those F's and T's are capital, not, you don't want to be like lowercase. So it prints false, which means the person is not a male. So variables can be assigned to any type of data. So it can be a string, it can be floats, it can be integers, it can be booleans, so it doesn't matter. So true and false statements are also a major part of coding in Python. You're gonna use them in future. So I just wanna shut it down here. So that was it for this video, guys, and next time we'll be doing some more interesting stuff about strings in Python. See you guys next time. Please sub to my channel.